Hello and welcome to another episode of Going Topicless, the podcast that aims to maintain some sanity while the world burns to the ground around us. I am your host with the most, Devin, joined by my co-host with the co-most, Cameron. How is life with you today, my friend?
Uneventful and unproductive. Actually, unproductive is the wrong word. Uh, Procrastinated is maybe the better
Ah,
term.
yes, I know it
Yeah,
all too well.
I
I
need to
deem
clean the
myself the
house,
professional
but
procrastinator.
I figured recording was way more important than cleaning the house, so here we are.
Yeah, I have not cleaned my house for a long time. I keep tripping over shit, and I'm like, I'll get to that, and then before I realize it, it's a week later, and I still haven't done anything about it. So yeah,
Yikes. I
I
guess it's
am the
good
pinnacle of
thing that
laziness.
good thing that most of the world's still in quarantine, so nobody's coming over.
True, true.
So what's new? How's the stream going? How's fucking life? I haven't talked to you since last week. I wonder if
So
people think that's
much,
weird
so
that
much
like
has changed, and by
we
so
talk
much I
once
mean
a week.
absolutely nothing.
Yeah.
Absolutely nothing. Although I don't know if I talked about this in the last stream, but just before the last stream, there was a PlayStation 5 revealed their stuff.
Yes.
They had a stream, and they showed
Yes.
off some games and their hardware and stuff.
Are you impressed with any of their showings
There
for
are
the next
some
generation of
games
consoles?
that I am definitely interested in.
Okay. Like what?
They got a Spider-Man game coming out with Miles Morales from
I saw that.
the new Spider-Man movie, Black
hmm
Spider-Man. What else we got? Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart.
I did see that. I still don't think
That
it's
looked
enough for me to
very
spend
interesting.
$700 on a console, but yeah, I saw that.
Is it? Is that what the price is gonna be?
I
$700?
don't know. They haven't announced it, but
Ah, shit.
come on. I mean, it's got to be every bit of it. They're talking about competing with like PC hardware.
True. Yeah. I don't
They're not
know.
going to be able to get away with selling consoles for $400 and be able to actually deliver the specs that they've been talking about, the last 6 months.
Well, you never know. They could go the route of lower price means higher sales. We'll see. We'll have to see how it goes.
I
What
don't know.
else they have here? I'm looking at a list.
I
Uh,
saw, oh my God, what was it? It was
are you familiar with Oddworld?
it sounds familiar. I'm sure if I saw some gameplay, then yes, I would be familiar with it.
Yeah, there's a. I don't. I think this is like a
A
sequel.
new Oddworld coming in.
Yeah,
Okay. Yeah, I think I know what you're talking about. What's the premise of it?
it's like it's I think it's like a 2D platformer type game. It's got green dudes.
Okay. Yeah. I own one of these games. Maybe Oddworld Odyssey. I
I
have
think
one of
that's
them
the
in my
one I
Steam
have.
library.
Pretty sure I have Odyssey on PlayStation.
Yeah, Abe's Odyssey. I own that one on Steam from fucking 1997. I was a wee lad. You were a wee sperm.
Back when I was not even a twinkle in my father's eye, as some would say.
uh, what was the other game? I saw another game that looked dope. Oh, Racing Fans Gran Turismo 7
Ah,
was also
yes.
announced. I always loved the Gran Turismo games growing up. Again, I don't think a new Gran Turismo game would get me to buy a new console. Hell, some of the games that were announced during the event even said that they would be releasing on PC. So it's not even like they're all
Yeah, true.
exclusives, other than like Spider-Man, of course.
Spider-Man, I think that's like
But
the only one I can think of
that and Gran Turismo.
in Gran Turismo. There's apparently two versions of the PS5 too. You can get a PS5 and a PS5 digital edition.
Yeah, they're doing something where they're selling one version of it that has a CD disc slot
Mm-hmm.
and one version of it that does not have the CD disc slot. I don't know if there's going to be a price difference or a hard drive difference. I would imagine that there will be a higher price tag on the PlayStation with the CD slot, and only because they have mentioned so much about uh, backwards compatibility for games, like all the way
Mm-hmm.
back to like the PlayStation 1, I think is how far. Like I think they're talking about like the entire Sony library being able to be played, which that would be cool, but that would only
Yeah,
be
that
cool
would
if that
warrant
was
me
on
getting a
launch.
PS5, honestly. If I could go
And
back
I'm
and play
talking
some like the older
every game.
games.
I don't want to see what Microsoft did with the Xbox One, where they slowly added more and more games to this backwards compatibility list, over time. And I think now the library that you can play is pretty hefty. But I remember when they introduced backwards compatibility on the Xbox One, which took like 3 years post launch, I think, to even become implemented into their system, which just makes no sense to me. I don't understand how a digital software update just magically unlocks all these features
Mm-hmm.
that I don't know. I don't get it. I'm not a software engineer of any kind, but it just makes me think that the technology was always there. They just didn't want that shit to come out at launch because people just would have been playing their Xbox 360 games on their brand new console instead of buying new ones. I don't know. It's all marketing and bullshit, but I think if Sony releases the PlayStation 5 at launch this fall or fourth quarter, whenever it's coming, uh, and they have the backwards compatibility at launch, I think that'll be a big seller for a lot of people,
Mm-hmm.
especially a lot of people that love. I guess you could call them retro games now because like PlayStation 2 was fucking 15 years ago when it was in its prime. So, uh, you know,
That
I'm sure
old
there's a lot of
already?
people.
Fuck.
I mean, every bit. I think the PlayStation 2 released in 2002.
That sounds about right. Because that's the console that I grew up
Oh
with
no,
was the PS2.
2000. March 4th, 2000. I was
2000.
wrong. Yep. The
So
PlayStation 3
20
was
years old,
2006.
and I've
Hmm.
still got my PS2. It's sitting here somewhere.
I did own one. I owned a Slim. Well, I had a fat one when I was a kid, but I owned a Slim up until recently when my apartment flooded and my Slim was on the ground and ended up under
Aw,
3 inches of water. So that was a fucking mess, but it's okay.
shame.
Um, yeah, I mean, the only game that I really had for it was like Gauntlet Dark Legacy, and I would play that, and I just happened to have been playing that a week prior, and that's why my PlayStation was on the ground in my living room, just chilling. And then we come home from dinner one night, and my apartment is flooded due to a property error in the piping. It was some bullshit. Um,
Absolutely.
but whatever. Life moves on without Gauntlet Dark Legacy.
But
Um,
maybe backwards compatibility, you never know.
I don't see myself buying a new console. I have no reason to. The only reason I would buy a new console is like A, if I got one super cheap, and B, to just be like a multimedia center for my living room.
I think
But
that's
then
what a
even
lot of
at
people
that
use their
point,
consoles for now is like Netflix and shit.
right. But like I guess depending on the price tag, like I've heard anywhere from like 4.99 to 6.99 on the price tag, US dollar. Um
I think the
and if you're
PlayStation was like close to 600 bucks Canadian
which,
anyway.
which one?
The PlayStation 4
Yeah.
when I got it
Well,
anyway.
I remember back in like 2006 when the PS3 launched. The PS3 launched at a price tag of 5.99 and 6.99 depending on the hard drive space that you opted for.
Hmm.
And so I'm seeing people all over Twitter like, "Oh, Sony's not going to release their console at $700. That's too much, yada yada." And it's like you're not going to get an updated console for $400. It's just the the technology and the computer components that are having to go into a console. Sony and Microsoft, both console producers, are trying to compete with the ever growing PC community.
Hmm.
And not saying that the console community is dying in any way. I mean, the console community is probably larger than it's ever been today.
Yeah, I was just gonna
But
say.
go ahead.
I was just gonna say it's probably stronger than ever.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. But you know, they're trying. Microsoft and Sony are both trying to get to that level of like 4K native gaming at 60 frames. Well, you're not going to do that with a $400 or $500 price tag. It's just not going to happen. It's not going to happen. And if it does happen, then one of those companies is just going to be like not making a lot of money off of their products, which I guess, they could do that because each of those companies charges the consumers $60 a year to use their online services. Or I don't know, their controllers break every 3 fucking months and they have to buy a new one. Like I don't understand how people think that it's going to be like a $400 console, kind of like the Xbox One or the PlayStation 4 launched. And actually, they didn't even launch at those prices. They just have
they just
declined to
dropped
those
that
prices over
much
years.
since,
Yeah.
yeah. I'll be curious to compare like the specs of the PS5 to the specs of a PC and see which one would genuinely be a better fit.
Well, I mean, obviously, yeah, you'd have to find like benchmarks from a PC that's built in a similar price range.
Yeah.
Which, even at $700, you're not building a computer that can run 4K gaming. So if PlayStation and or Microsoft deliver that idea of 4K gaming at even $700, it's fairly cheap. If it can be steady, constant 60 FPS on
Hmm.
a 4K monitor, that's spicy. I guess that's a hell of a good deal. And then
Absolutely.
maybe, then I would maybe be interested in buying it. One of those consoles. Maybe, probably not still, but I just don't really have a need for it. I've also never been one that's chased graphics. I play a lot of indie games, so
Hmm.
indie games don't really mean much in 4K. I don't
No.
know. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see what they do with the price tag and how moving forward they implement even further uh, upgrades, advancements. I don't know the word I'm looking for, but kind of
Consoles
like
have
kind of
never.
similar to how like Xbox came out with like the slim versions, or
Yeah.
PS4 came out with the Pro version. What is the next steps? Because within each console's lifespan, there's always that like sub console upgrade that each developer pushes out there. So it'll be interesting to see how they move, especially on launch, if they do launch, with the 4K specs like they're really pushing and telling, the
Hmm.
community that they're doing. So I just don't know what's up from there other than like more hard drive space. And um I wonder how like on the PlayStation 5 with the disc reader, I wonder if it's going to be kind of like the current generation of consoles where uh even if you have the disc, you still have to like install it onto your system, or if it's just going to be ready play. Kind of like, the last generation of consoles with the 360 and the PS3.
Hmm.
So, I don't know.
We will soon find out.
Because I never understood that. Why do I still have to install the game if I have, the hard copy of the disc? Isn't that the whole point of the disc? I don't know. I never got it.
Feels like discs are very quickly becoming a thing of the past.
Well, I think they should be, but you still have fucking little Jimmy and Timmy that are like, oh well, I want to be able to sell my game if I don't play it anymore. I like the physical disc. It's nice to have something tangible in my hands that I can scratch up and break.
Yeah.
Discs are stupid. Go
My
digital.
my computer doesn't even have a disk slot in it.
Mine doesn't either. I remember it was years ago, probably like a year after I got into PC gaming. Um, my wife to be, then girlfriend, obviously, she bought me Borderlands the pre-sequel, and she bought me like an actual downloadable disc copy. Like she ordered it on Amazon, just like straight up. Didn't like she didn't give me like a Steam gift card or anything. She bought me, and I when I opened it up like on Christmas, I was like, fuck, because I was like, I don't have a disc reader. And thankfully, on the inside, they had the downloadable disc. However, they also had a Steam code for the game
Oh man.
in there. So, like, the disc was literally just like a download, and then you still had to type the Steam code in. But like, you didn't need the disc. You could have just typed the Steam code right into Steam, add it to your library, whatever. And it was a saving grace because I did not have a disc reader on my computer. But yeah, it was tough. That's the only game that I've ever bought like an actual disc for my PC on. That's probably also the only
I don't even know the
game that I've
last
bought.
disc game that I got from my PC. It's been a very long time. I might have been, gosh, I want to say Roller Coaster Tycoon 2. Back like fucking 5, 10 years ago. I've just gotten like everything digitally off Steam and shit now.
Right. Well, it's easy to.
Yeah.
And Steam just takes all of your money because they're like, "Oh, the game is 47% off." And you're like, "47%? That's really fucking good." But Steam, speaking of Steam, Steam is currently doing the Steam Game Festival Summer Edition. It's allowing developers, mostly small indie studios, the opportunity to showcase their products. There's things like demos, broadcasts, live streams, live events, chats with the developers that you can join in on the Steam platform.
Oh, that's cool.
Gives you the opportunity to demo a whole bunch of games. It's all, all the demos are free. If the game's out, you can purchase the game. You can add the game to your wish list. Follow the game for new updates, new news regarding the upcoming releases, and yeah, it's really cool. And this is actually going to be going damn near straight into the summer Steam sale, which I believe begins on June 26th. Don't quote me on that, but I
I don't
believe
think
it's
they've confirmed it
26th.
yet.
Yeah. Um, but the Steam Games Festival Summer Edition goes from June 16th, which is the day that we are recording this podcast. You'll probably hear it on the 17th or 18th, and will last until June 22nd at 10 a.m. Pacific time. That would be 1 p.m. Eastern for any New Yorkers or Midwesterners or crazy people in Florida. So the 16th Tuesday to Monday, June 22nd. There's a couple titles on there that I might give a download and demo out. Desperados 3 just dropped today on June 16th. That game looks pretty cool. I never played prior Desperado titles.
Sounds like a Midwestern early 18th, 19th century type thing. Desperado video game. Yeah, this looks like a Western thing. Are you still there? Yanni has gone quiet. This is inconvenient. All alone. Ah, shit. Technical difficulties. Oh, you
Technical
back?
difficulties. And we're
Welcome
not gonna
back.
cut that out, so there's gonna be like 30 seconds of silence. Um, I don't even. What did I cut out on?
Uh, I
My
think
disc
you were saying
like
how you haven't
died.
played the previous Desperado games.
Oh yeah, but Desperado 3 dropped today on June 16th. I haven't played the previous ones, but they look pretty cool. Desperado 3 is a story-driven hardcore tactical stealth game set in a ruthless Wild Wild West scenario. Play smart if you want to succeed. A good plan can make the difference between survival and finding yourself at the business end of the pistol. It's a top-down real-time strategy game. It looks really cool, kind of XCOM-y, but set in like Red Dead Redemption 2 kind of landscape with, cowboys and saloons and shit. Published by THQ Nordic and developed by My Games. Okay. Couldn't tell if that was going to be Me. My Games. But that looks really cool. You can play a demo of it right now. Retails at $49.99. I'm a cheap ass, so I definitely won't be picking it up at that price. But I will probably be downloading the demo and giving that a try in this week during the Steam Game Festival Summer Edition. A couple other games that I've got my eyes on just showing up here. Another one that I'll probably give a try on the demo is one called Ghost Runner. Did my Discord just die again?
No, you're still here.
Okay, good. I just want to make sure my Steam is acting really, really slow, and I'm just trying to give a great description of this game. Basically, Ghost Runner just seems. Oh, okay, here it loaded. um, it's not even released yet. Planned to release this year. Uh, you might be able to demo it. I'm not seeing a demo on their Steam page, but Ghost Runner is ascended humanity's last remaining shelter, a great tower city. So kind of cyberpunky. The tower is torn by violence, poverty, and chaos. Conquer your enemies, discover the secrets of the superstructure and your own origin, and obtain the power of challenge the Keymaster. So kind of set in a cyberpunk city landscape. Kind of reminds me, if just watching the trailer, kind of reminds me of something like Mirror's Edge. So platformy, kind of fast paced, run, jump, slash hack. I don't see any shooting, but you got a katana and you look like a robot, so that looks pretty dope. So I'll probably be keeping an eye on that. I've added all those games to my wish list. Pretty excited for them. So go ahead, head on over to Steam, check out the Summer Edition Game Festival. Because I think there's some pretty cool titles in there, and you might even find something from an indie developer that you never even heard of. This is not an advertised plug. I just think it's a really cool thing that Steam's doing, and it's giving indie developers and some lower tiered studios the opportunity to kind of shine on Steam's platform and get their products that they work really, really hard on the light of day in a community that is growing every single day. I think there's probably at least like 250,000 games on Steam. So it's really hard to kind of find all of them, but there's a lot of hidden gems out there. So go take a look at that.
Doesn't Steam get like 20 new games a day or something?
Oh, it's got to be more than that. It's got to be more than that.
Probably.
I mean, it's probably just outrageous numbers. I don't even know if you can technically see how many games are on Steam. I'm sure you could Google it, but
I'm gonna see if I
yeah.
can. How many games are on Steam? 30,000 games as
Okay.
of that's as of July 13th, 2019. So it's gonna have a
Okay.
lot more
So
now.
40,000 probably.
Oh, probably.
Add another 10,000 to that in the last year.
Yeah, crazy shit. It was also, I don't know if it's still going. It's probably over now, but there was a an indie bundle for, oh yeah, it did end. It ended yesterday. But there was a bundle for racial justice and equality that had over 1,000 indie games for just $5 and had a shit ton of good titles on there.
Yeah, I actually did go through all like 52 pages, and I judged a lot of titles by their cover. Okay, I didn't have time to go through and click all 1,500 products.
Yeah,
Um,
read
so
like an
so
entire novel of
I did a little
descriptions.
window shopping. Basically, if you had a pretty colorful cover art, I clicked on you and I added you to a separate collection so that I could find you later. Um, but yeah, definitely a lot of content. It's going towards a great cause. I think the last I saw on it, they had raised a lot of money. I don't even want to throw a number out there because
They raised, I'm looking at it
I
right
want to say
now.
it was like over a million, wasn't it?
Their goal was 5 million, and they raised 8,174,654
Oh, Jesus. See?
dollars and 12 cents.
Yeah, that's crazy. And that money is it gonna? It's gonna be split up, right? Like between different.
Yeah, it's 50-50 between the NAACP Legal Defense and Educational Fund
Uh,
and the Community Bail Fund. So each of them will get a little over 4 mil.
hmm, wow.
So that's pretty cool. That's quite
Yeah,
a
it's a
quite a
lot of
hefty
money.
number.
That is, and you know, it's it was a way for a community to, you know, get all come together, share their love of gaming and fight for a good cause. So I did buy it. I think Devin did too.
Yep.
So many games.
Tons
Couple
of good
notable
games.
ones: Night in the Woods, Celeste, um, Octodad was on here as well as the sequel. Um,
I
Man, let me
saw
go to my collection because
Hexagon or Hexacon or whatever it's called. Hang on, I wrote down a small list. Super Hexagon is a crazy game that has made me very angry in the past, but it's a lot of fun. Cook Serve Delicious 2 is also on there, really good game.
yes, I did add that one to my collection. And I don't know how to get to that. Oh, here we go. um, what else was on here? Let me see here.
There are a lot of interesting looking titles on here. Some that just made absolutely no sense at all. There's one called This Discord Has Ghosts in It. No idea what that's all about.
Super Meat Boy was a part of it. Binding of Isaac was also a part of the bundle.
Yep.
Um, we really meant to mention this last week, but we didn't remember to mention it, or we didn't even remember to think like to mention any of it until after we stopped recording. I
Yeah.
believe Devin did add a little snippet at the beginning
Yeah,
of.
I put in a little blurb at
Okay,
the start
I
there.
thought so. Yeah. So excuse me, that if you were able to get it, just getting Super Meat Boy and the Binding of Isaac, I mean that pays for the bundle.
Yeah.
The reason that I picked it up myself was because Celeste was in the bundle, and that's a game that I've had on my Steam wish list probably since it came out. And I think that retails at like $12. So, $5 for a game that I've been wanting to play, along with 1,400 different collections. It was you couldn't beat it. So, really, really good, good thing that they did here that Ichio did, and um I don't know. I'm not a huge. It's gonna sound weird. I'm not a huge fan of DMR free games, but that's just because I like all of my shit kind of centralized in Steam. Maybe I just need to get better at adding non-Steam games to my Steam library so that I can find them easier
Hmm.
and not have to, keep little tabs on my desktop. I think I just hate that more than anything is having desktop icons.
Oh yeah.
So,
My desktop is
you
just
know,
littered with pointless shit.
yeah, no, I don't like that. So what's new with the stream? How's the stream going? I popped in a few days ago.
Things I've gotten back into Minecraft, so that's sort
Yep,
of
I was in there a couple
taken
days
center
ago when you were playing
stage.
that. How's that? You're doing
It
the
has
permadeath
changed so
hardcore, right?
much. Like
Mm-hmm.
I don't even remember the last time I played Minecraft, a couple years ago at least. And
Oh yeah.
it's like a whole new game. They've
Mm-hmm.
added so much. I remember seeing game footage of it, so some streamers that I watched that play it, and I was like, "There's no way these aren't mods." But I go in and they're actually part of the main game now. You got bees, you got
Yeah.
horses, you got
Horses
some
have
new.
been in that game for years, dude.
Tells you
It's
how
just
long
funny
it's
that you
been since
mentioned
I've
that.
played it. Fuck.
It's just funny that you mentioned that. Because I'm
Um.
pretty sure horses have been in there since probably like 2018.
Oh yeah, I stopped playing Minecraft well before that.
Well,
I know I was still in high school when I was playing that game. Probably like
so
2017, late
so
2017 I
how
stopped.
how's the return to Minecraft? What have you been doing?
I've just been doing like a hardcore permadeath survival 'em up, trying to
Hmm.
refresh myself with the basics and occasionally discovering new things.
Okay.
I
How
discovered
many times have we died?
uh well, surprisingly I haven't died yet on the stream, the hardcore stream.
Really?
I've gotten close a few times. There's a clip where I'm just minding my own business, putting shit into a chest, and then you hear that horrible hiss behind you, and it's like fuck. But I had full
I
iron
mean,
armor, so I survived. But I lost some shit to a nearby lava pool, which was very sad. Um,
yikes.
yeah, they got fucking. I was playing a session with a friend of mine, which was not hardcore survival, and I've died many times in
Hmm.
that. Started a raid by accident, don't know how, didn't know that was a thing. Uh,
Yeah, those can be a little spice.
oh yes,
I haven't played Minecraft in a long time, but the last time I played, I ran up on one of the little, or not little, they're pretty large towers. If you actually find one of the actual NPC towers,
like
like
or like the raider
like
towers, they have
yeah,
towers and
they
shit.
have towers, yeah.
Oh shit, I've not
Like
encountered one.
yeah, and you can get so you can like fight your way to the top or like get to the top of them somehow, however you choose to. And
Hmm.
I'm pretty sure they have crossbows at the top.
Cool.
So if you get to the top of the tower, you can get a crossbow. I don't know. I think that might be the only way that you can obtain a crossbow in Minecraft. I'm not
I've had a few
sure.
of them drop one.
Okay.
If you manage to kill the raiders, sometimes they'll drop one. Yeah, they're if they start a raid on you, which is I mean just dealing with the scouts in and of itself can be a challenge because they're kind of brutal. But if you start a raid, then it's like wave after wave of ever increasing difficulty. At some point, they bring in like these fucking woolly mammoths that are 8,000 sword hits to kill.
What?
They got like mammoths that they ride on. They're
Oh, I've never seen one of those.
yeah, they're interesting.
Jeez.
They bring in witches too. They'll fuck you up. I
Okay,
think
so
I
maybe
think I
maybe it's been
died.
a really long time since I've played Minecraft because I don't know what the hell you're talking about.
Oh yeah, I thought I fucking saw footage of this and I was like, that's got to be a mod. No, it's part of the main game now. It probably was a mod once upon a time, and then they've added it since. And like you can get all sorts of tools too that I don't remember. Like you can get a like a what's it called? It's like a Valantra or something like that. It makes you fly. You can get a
Yeah, like the wings, right?
yeah
Okay, yeah, I know.
yeah
But
and
you have to go out like all the way in the end, right? You have to like find like and like after you kill the dragon to get him.
I have no clue.
Yeah, so like after you kill the dragon, you can you gotta like make your way to like another floating island in the end. You have to like build a bridge all the way to like another island, however long or far away, and then you could you could like find. Sorry, I'm yawning. What the hell? You can find like these wings.
Hmm.
But and then that's also where you find like the shulker chests.
A
I think that's what
shulker
they're called.
chest.
Shulker.
I've
And
never heard of
basically
that.
like chests, very similar to end chests, but like you can like the chests are you can like put stuff in the chest and then like break the chest and like put the chest in your inventory, and then like all the stuff that's inside the chest is in that chest in your inventory. So
Oh, that's actually really cool.
yeah, but like the show, I think they're called shulkers. They are like really hard to kill. So
Hmm.
yeah, you know, fight. uh, at will, at your own. Yeah.
Yeah.
they.
See,
So
because I
yeah,
was thinking
I
of like I was just gonna like I was gonna play this hardcore mode until I died, but like at some point I'm gonna have to go fight a dragon, and I got no idea how that's gonna go. And like I'm scared. I don't want to be at the point where I don't want to fight it because I'm gonna lose so much stuff, but at the same time, Twitch content. So
content. Yeah, no, that's a tough decision. I've never really been a huge fan of the hardcore stuff. Just I don't know. I've always liked playing Minecraft more for not so much of like, killing the dragon type content, but more so like building the
just
worlds and doing
creativity,
shit. Yeah.
creative stuff.
hmm Yeah, but I like to do it in survival. I don't like to, just have everything at my disposal.
Oh
That
yeah, fair
takes
enough.
the fun away from it. Um, no, I can't remember. I can't remember if we talked about it last week um on the podcast or not, but it might have been afterwards after we had stopped recording for the week. Uh, yeah, we should definitely. I should get my server back up and running, and we should run some content together
Yeah.
on Minecraft. I've done a server in the past. I think I technically still have it active. I would need to reset it though, and probably update it to current Minecraft vanilla. Um,
I think it's pretty
but yeah,
easy
that'd be
to just start up a server some for through an
yeah,
online thing.
yeah. It's not difficult. I've done it in the past. Um, my computer might be getting a little old though, so we'll see how old girl handles it all. I don't know if I don't know if I'd be able to stream and run the server at the same
Oof.
time. I'll have to stick to YouTube content at that point for Minecraft.
There'll be stream content from me.
Yeah,
That's all that counts.
yeah. No, that'd be fun though. I'm trying to just. Oh my god, if I yawn one more time, I'm not gonna clean the house. No, I'm really just trying to find like the motivation to not just so much play other games, but like just hit the damn go live button.
Oh yeah.
I'm still just like I'm still playing games. I'm just being fucking lazy when it comes to, you know, going live with the stream. And I don't know, maybe it's cuz I've also I don't know. I also prefer playing like single player games on Steam or on Twitch, I mean,
Hmm.
and I haven't really played any single player games lately. So I don't know. Maybe that's part of the lack of motivation. I mean,
That's funny because like
can you
my
give me some
I'm
tips to like, was it easier for you to go live after you had been going live for several days in a row? Like,
um
were you like eager to get the stream started?
it's interesting for me. I've actually got the opposite problem for you. I've got no issue hitting the start streaming button. It's finding a game to play that I struggle with. But
Really?
when I find a game that like I really want to play and like I commit myself to only playing it on stream, then I'm like, "Oh
Mm-hmm.
my God, I can't wait for tomorrow when I can start streaming this game again." I was
Because
like
obviously you
that
don't play
with
the game off stream, right?
yeah. I was like that with Undertale and Night in the Woods, both games that I adore beyond anything else that I have in my life. And like when I finish up the stream for the day, I'm like, can it be tomorrow? I just want to play this game more, but I'm not. I commit to not finishing the
Not
game or
playing it
playing
off
it.
off stream, yeah.
Yeah, I'm honest. I'm almost feeling the same way with the Minecraft hardcore series. I wanna jump into my hardcore server and start doing some stuff in it, but I don't want to do it without being
Yeah,
on stream.
for sure.
So I think once
Yeah.
once you find like a game that you really enjoy playing, that you want to play through, and then you just kind of commit to that doing it only on stream thing. I find it,
hmm
me personally anyway, I find it a lot easier to hit that start screen button.
Right. Oh yeah, I can definitely see that. I think I have such a lack of structure still that
Ah,
like I don't know, I'm still just not like getting out of bed at a decent time, or I want to just hop on and play some Grand Theft Auto for a little bit. I mean, maybe I could like play through. I don't want to play through the Grand Theft Auto story again. I really just don't want to play many multiplayer games on stream. Just because I don't know, I don't care for it. I want to use my stream as an opportunity to play new games,
yeah.
unless it's like Minecraft. Like I would definitely do like a Minecraft server, that kind of multiplayer stuff. But I don't want to play Counter Strike on stream. A, because I'm ass at Counter Strike, and I don't want people to watch that because that's not good content. I don't want people to watch me play fucking Call of Duty because there's a million streamers on Call of Duty, and you're just gonna get lost in the sauce as far
Basically,
as trying to be a Call of Duty streamer. GTA Online content, as far as like Twitch streaming goes, well, GTA Online content is just grindy as shit, and unless you're like playing with a whole bunch of people and just causing a ruckus on a server or doing like a roleplay server, then it's not entertaining content because actual GTA content is just grinding the same missions over and over and over again to get money.
basically.
It's not fun to watch, kind of stuff. So I mean, I have like a handful of games that like I want to play. I have all the time in the world to play them. I want to stream them. I just don't fucking hit start. And I don't know why. I talk about this every week. I'm sure I'm gonna come back next week and I'm gonna say shit. I never hit start, but I don't want that to happen. So I think I'm gonna put a goal for myself until we record next Tuesday. I need to stream at least once. Gold star twice. Once for a pat on the back, twice for a gold star.
I'll
Three for a
hold you to it.
blowjob.
What?
What?
We're just gonna gloss over that one.
Okay, so other than Minecraft, like what? You're not playing anything else on stream?
Minecraft and actually I think Twitch shows the latest games that I played. I just got started playing through The Last of Us. Did the first 4 hours today.
Oh, really? So you did figure out the way to hook up your PlayStation?
Yeah, I got it. I mean, it didn't
Was
cooperate
that
with me
difficult?
all the way.
Okay.
Because I wanted to link my PlayStation to my computer so I could use OBS to run the stream.
Oh,
But
okay. So you're just streaming straight from PlayStation.
yeah, I had to do that
Yeah.
unfortunately, which meant no
Right.
webcam today.
Right.
Um,
Yeah, that kind of stinks.
because
You'll probably have
I
to
have
get
to
like a third
use
party capture card or something.
well I can use PS4 remote play or whatever it's called, and
Okay.
then just tell OBS to record whatever comes out of that,
Okay.
which would work in theory. However, PS4 Play had to update, and my Windows installer is being dumb, so that unfortunately wasn't working.
So
As soon
maybe
as it,
tomorrow, eh?
yeah, hopefully, I'm gonna try and get it working tonight.
Gotcha.
As soon as it started the installation of the new update, it would suspend itself, and I couldn't get it to start again for some reason.
Hmm.
I'm
It's
not
interesting.
tech savvy enough to understand how to fix it.
Dude, if it's not on Google, I'm probably not figuring it out.
But yeah, I did get the my PS4 up and running. I was worried because I had touched it for like 2 years that it wouldn't even start, but luckily it did, and I was able to log into my account, so all is good.
Okay. Right on. Yeah, I think I want to. Well, I really want to play this damn murder mystery game that I got
Oh,
like 2 weeks ago.
have you talked about
But
it on this podcast yet?
uh, I believe I did. It was on sale on Steam. I bought it on May 27th, so fucking 3 weeks ago. It's called Murdered Soul Suspect. The premise of the game is that you're like a detective, and you get murdered, and your ghost is like trying to solve your own murder.
Ah, it's one of those.
Yeah. So it seems like a really cool. It's an old game. Uh,
Like early 2000s or
motherfucking.
before that?
Not that old. Not that old. 2014.
Oh, okay.
Published by Square Enix. So I'm sure it's all right. Retails for $20 now. I picked it up for like $2.99. That's why I bought it. Because it
That's a
was a
steal.
couple bucks. Yeah, cup of coffee, whatever. But
Chocolate bar.
we'll see. We'll see. That when I do fire up the stream, that's what I'm fucking playing. Okay, like I want to play this game. I think it looks really cool. And then following that, honestly, I might replay Bully Scholarship Edition on Steam because that game's just fun.
True.
So I have plans for the stream. I'm just so fucking bad at moving forward on them. I'm so indecisive. I'm a terrible human being, and I don't know what I want for myself.
Unfortunate.
Yeah, no, it's a tough life that I lead.
Truly. I can't
Um,
imagine being you.
ugh, nobody wants to be me. It'd be terrible. I don't even want to be me. Yeah. So what's coming up? Anything coming up in the next couple weeks? We're watching any new
uh,
movies? Anything
Next
to?
week will be The Last of Us 2. It's kind of why I'm replaying the first one as a refresher.
That is next week, isn't it? I thought that was this week. I thought it was the 19th.
Yeah, it comes out on the 19th, but stream
Oh, but
schedule,
you'll
so
be
yeah.
playing it next week. Right on. You're gonna wait a whole weekend to play that?
Well, we'll see. I might break schedule for the sake of playing it early.
Wow. I've never played the first one. So like I guess I'm not all like jazzed about the second one. I know like if anybody actually listened to this and we had an audience, I would get flamed in the comments for that because
We've talked about it before, I know we have.
yeah, yeah. No, I think we talked about it last week. But I always wanted to play it, I guess, but it didn't get released on the PS4 until like after I sold my PS4.
Ah,
So or well, I didn't sell my PS4. I guess my father has it, but either way, I just don't
it
have
is
it.
no
It's not
longer
in
in
my
your possession.
possession anymore,
Yes.
and I'm not gonna go through the hassle of getting it back to play one game unless I could figure out a way to stream it.
Hmm.
So whatever. That
What
and I
are your
what
thoughts on the fact that 5G is spreading coronavirus?
I think it's really unfortunate. It would probably explain why yesterday in the United States there was a giant cellular outage across many areas.
Hmm.
I could not receive phone calls uh,
Oh yeah, there was
for
a
many,
massive
many
DDoS
hours.
attack yesterday on the
Yeah,
US.
yeah, it's probably somebody trying to save the world from coronavirus because of the 5G towers.
True.
So they should be considered a hero, not a criminal.
Absolutely.
Um, and it just makes sense. This Corona shit didn't pop up until Verizon and T-Mobile started talking about 5G. So I guess I'm here
Exactly.
for it. Kind of like the moon landing never happened, and
Yep. And
jet fuel can't melt steel beams.
yep, 9/11 was an inside job. We all know that.
You know. hmm hmm
I
the
think
pyramids were created by aliens.
I think
Actually, I might be
everyone
on that one. I might actually be on that one.
really.
Yeah, the pyramids, yo, like them motherfuckers is huge. Okay, they didn't have no cranes, vehicles. They didn't even have a fucking wheelbarrow.
They
Okay,
did have
like
slaves though. You can get a lot done with slaves, just saying. Not that I'm for
whoa, whoa,
slavery.
whoa,
Not
whoa,
not that I am
whoa,
pro
whoa.
slavery, but you do get a lot done with free labor. Just saying. Just saying.
Okay, but they're moving these rocks that are like a ton a piece.
Mm. Didn't someone say that like most modern cranes can't even lift one of those blocks?
That's what I'm saying. I
It's
think
definitely interesting.
I've seen estimates that it would take like several decades to reconstruct one of the Great Pyramids, like with modern technology. So how? Nah, G, nah. I think I'm on this one where like the aliens they put these motherfuckers here to fuck with us. That and the Stonehenge.
I was gonna say, what are your thoughts on Stonehenge? Because I think
Yep,
that one's a
same,
strange one
same
too.
shit, same shit. These
That
are
one just makes no
the
fucking
aliens done
sense.
they put us here to fuck with us,
Yeah.
just so that we could think that our ancestors from you know fucking millenniums ago were these like superhuman strength brute force motherfuckers that could just lift these 2-ton stones and build them up fucking 1,000 feet into the air.
Yeah.
No,
Crazy shit.
the pyramids are a scam, bro. And I think with that you could maybe even say that the entire ancient Egyptian civilization could have been a scam.
Who
You gonna tell me they
knows?
did all that work for one guy?
I mean,
Right? Like pyramids were just like fucking burials, right? Burial like sites for like
yeah,
the pharaohs.
aren't they fucking just they're just massive tombs, aren't they?
Yeah, for the pharaoh.
Yeah.
I mean, that seems like a lot of work for one guy. You know, I understand like he ruled the people, he had a bunch of slaves, but like, come on, that seems.
I think there's a TV show called Ancient Aliens. Are you aware of it?
Mhm,
I
mhm.
think I think there's a couple episodes where they kind of delve into the pyramids and sort
Yeah,
of
yeah, those
whatever.
dudes might be on a little too much DMT for me, but again, like I could see the argument to where these aren't man-made structures.
And like
Um,
all that just to bury a guy, they got
seems like a
some
lot, man.
deeper purpose.
Ugh,
Or like you
yeah,
said, they're just there to fucking
no. If you want to
drive
know what
us up
that
the
deep
wall.
purpose is, the aliens can see them from outer space. They can see where they need to
Mm,
land next.
mm. It's like they've marked their territory. They mark their territory
Yeah,
with
it's like their
pyramids.
beacon. It's like their respawn beacon.
I think of
Even
it like
deeper,
they're
they live in the pyramids.
oh,
The aliens are here. They're
the
in the
aliens are
pyramids.
the pyramids. Oh.
Oh shit! Wait a minute. Okay. um. Yeah. Anybody that's saying that the 5G towers are contributing to the coronavirus outbreak, they need to go fuck themselves.
Haven't some people tried burning down cell towers because of that?
I've seen that shit. That's wild.
People will genuinely believe anything.
Oh yeah. Kind of like how aliens are living in the pyramids.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that is a lot closer to reality than you know a quarter of a million people built those some bitches.
Hmm. What even was the population back then?
I don't know.
Wasn't
Couldn't be
that
a
wasn't
lot,
like
right?
the entire population of the planet just in Egypt at that time?
I mean, I don't think we could centralize that, right?
I don't know. I
Maybe
don't know
like
much.
known civilization.
Yeah.
Kind of, I mean that goes back to like the Samaritans, right? On like the Tigris and the Euphrates River in like the Middle East,
No
which I
clue.
think was now Iran or Iraq-y area, close to
It
Egypt.
was along the Nile River, wasn't it? The ancient Egypt.
Well, yeah, but
If that narrows it down
that's
for anyone, probably not.
that's not what I'm talking about.
Okay.
I was talking
We're on two completely different pages.
the Sumers or Samaritans are like the first documented civilization. I'm pretty sure of
You've gone robotic.
Uh, I've got like,
Yes. Don't know what you said, but yes. It's the people who control 5G. They're on to us. They're on to us. We've been talking shit. We're talking about conspiracies. They're on to us. They're trying to shut us down. They're trying to shut Going Topicless down. Wake up, people. Wake up, sheeple. This is the world we live in. The deep state. They're trying to shut us down. They're trying to silence us. God, I'm starting to sound like what's his name? What the fuck is his name? Alex Jones. Yes, I'm starting to sound like that guy. I think Gandhi's gone again. Fuck. We're down to one now. This is very awkward. This is very uncomfortable. I'm not used to doing this. I'll probably just cut this bit out and jump to wherever at some point when he comes back. If he comes back, he might not come back. Oh, I'm so alone. Try. I don't know if he can hear me. He probably can't even hear me. Ah, fuck. He says 1 sec. Keep him busy. All right, I will try. I will try to. 1 plus 1 is 2. 2 plus 2 is 4. -1 is 3. Quick maths. I'm just gonna cut this bit. I don't fucking give a shit. We're
shit,
back.
dude. I pay too much money for my internet every month. Am I still roboty?
Uh, you're audible, at least,
Audible. What does that mean?
as in I can hear what you're saying.
Is it bad? Does it sound bad?
Sounds normal to me so far.
Sounds normal. Okay. It's just showing that my latency for my voice chat is not great right now. And I don't know why. And I'm irritated because, like I said, I pay too much money for my internet every month to be having these problems. Um,
Like I'm
I don't
saying, the
know how we were
fucking
talking about.
the
Yeah, the
the
aliens here is
5G
talking
people,
about them.
they're on
Mm-hmm.
to us. We're talking shit about them. They're trying to shut us down.
Mm-hmm. Yep. 100%. 100%. But fucking.
We will
God
not
damn
be
it. What were
silenced.
we talking about?
Aliens in the pyramids, probably.
Yeah.
I think there's 110% there is intelligent life elsewhere in the universe.
It's got to be, right?
There is no way that a vast emptiness of this magnitude and scale has only one intelligent species
Right. Okay,
on
give me
a
one sec.
little blue planet in the middle of fucking nowhere. There's no way. The odds are just too great.
Okay, give me one sec.
1 sec.
Ah, my voice is better now, right?
Yes.
Okay. Maybe not. I don't know. My connection's just showing ass cheeks on Discord. Yeah, no, I 100%. I feel like there has to be. You're gonna tell me that like we're the anomaly here, where we are just that perfect speck that turned into a breathing, talking, fucking thing.
Yeah.
It's irrational to believe that. And I'm not saying that like the other intelligent life is like how we portray aliens in media, or you know, even if it's another like Homo sapien esque type of creature. I mean, that other intelligent life could just be maybe there's fucking dinosaurs somewhere else, kind of like how there was dinosaurs here 65 million years ago,
Maybe.
quote unquote. You know, we're not really sure if there was fucking dinosaurs here. Um,
The
but you
Bible
know,
doesn't say there were dinosaurs. Obviously, it's fake. Fake news.
pretty sure the Bible also says that two dudes can't have sex with one another, and we know that's not true. So, you know, take it how you want to, but potato, potato,
True.
have sex with who you pagato.
Hmm.
I don't,
Well, since
uh,
we're on the subject, I know we're kind of deviating from the main plot line here. We'll get back to it probably, but
Probably
uh,
not. That's the whole name of the fucking podcast. But anyway, it's going.
what are your thoughts on the Trump administration trying to take out LGBTQ anti-discrimination in the hospital industry? Because that was something that they did a few days
Okay.
ago. A few days ago they took out that, or they, I don't know if they successfully did it. They tried to, definitely.
So I haven't followed too much of it, but I will give my 2 cents on it. Um, if you if you push for the idea that hospital administration must uh hang on, I don't want to say this how I don't want to say it. If you push for the idea that a hospital or a hospital's administration or a physician themselves cannot choose who they operate on based on their well, mostly religious rooted beliefs, which a lot of hospitals, especially in the United States, are rooted under you know religious background. Catholic hospitals, Christian hospitals, Presbyterian hospitals, fucking also the different religious backgrounds for those operating hospitals, which hospitals in the United States, most of them
Hmm.
are privately funded, privately owned administrations. And so if you push for this idea that the federal government should have regulation on um, you know who the hospital can operate or treat, not treat, but saying that like uh saying that a man wants to go through a sexual orientation fucking uh
Chop their dick off or whatever.
okay, I was looking for a better term, but yes, sex change, we'll just say a sex, I don't know if that's the politically correct term anymore, but if a male wants to go through a sex change and become a quote unquote pseudo female, um, then if you're going to say that the hospital has to do that, well then you have to be okay with the baker not baking the cake.
I think I see what you're saying.
You can't force people to do things. You can't force private businesses, and most of the hospitals that are affected by this, or most of the physicians that are affected by this, um, are they work for, or they are privately administered hospitals. And that's kind of the beauty of the United States not having a universal healthcare system, is that these are public businesses. Um, and it's the same reason why the United States got hit so fucking hard as far as the coronavirus outbreak went, because these private businesses are still businesses. As much as we want to believe that hospitals are this like human right and that we all deserve health care and that we all should be able to go into the hospital and get a fucking penicillin shot when our dick itches, then you know we're not paying the government here. We're paying a private organization. We're paying fucking I don't even know. I don't know hospital organizations. I'm not even gonna try and spew out a fucking bunch of names, but they're private administrations. They're not publicly traded. They're they receive government funding, but that's more of a healthcare bill, and probably through like grants and shit. But they're not like their doctors aren't being paid through the government. Their doctors and nurses and fucking all the staff and equipment and everything, it's being funded through that administration that owns the hospital. So when you try and say that, I believe, and correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe that the Obama era legislation that Trump rolled back last week or yesterday or whenever the hell it was, uh, it was it was essentially telling hospitals, administrators, physicians that they couldn't say no to like sexual orientation changing surgeries. Is that correct? I'm not really sure, but
It's
that's kind of what I've gotten the gist of it.
I think that's part of it. The part that concerns most people, to my understanding, is that um, hospitals without that protection can refuse to treat a patient because of their sexual orientation. So if someone like breaks a leg or needs surgery, if they look like a girl, sound like a girl, but have a penis, then depending on that doctor's religious beliefs or whatever, it can be like, I refuse to treat this patient because it doesn't line up with my political views or what have you. I think that's the part that scares a lot of
Okay.
the
I
LGBT
understand
community.
the argument, and I would like to combat that with the fact that physicians and nurses, they, swear an oath to help, not hurt.
Hmm.
Um, I I'm not a member of the LGBTQ plus community. I can't speak on their behalf. Um, but I would like to believe that if you know a transgendered individual broke a limb of some kind and went to any hospital to be treated for that, that they would get their limb treated and they'd be on their merry fucking way. I guess I can't think of an instance that like where somebody would be denied care because of their um sexual orientation or their uh gender or whatever. Um and I'm sure it's happened. I won't try and deny that it's happened. I'm sure somebody has experienced that discrimination before, but I would like to believe that like that just wouldn't happen. From what
Right.
I took from most of it was it gave physicians the opportunity to tell people like, no, I'm not chopping your dick off, go somewhere else, without having
Right.
the backlash on them or like being sued for discrimination at that point.
I think
which
that's probably what like the core focus of it is around.
which like that I agree with, because you shouldn't the government shouldn't be telling people who aren't government employees on how to do their jobs or how to live their lives. It's the same reason of, you know, the bakers shouldn't have to bake the cake. Go somewhere else, you know. But you want to, cause a riot in the name of discrimination when, you want to take your First Amendment right and use it to censor someone else's First Amendment right. When at the end of the day, people should just live their fucking lives how they want to live their lives. If you're told, you know, or if you go, to a restaurant and they're out of fucking cheeseburgers and you really want a cheeseburger, just go somewhere else. Get a different fucking cheeseburger. Like not everything has to be this fucking like, you know, left and right or black and white or fucking rich and poor kind of shit. Like just live your fucking life. Why do we always have to make everything so goddamn difficult? Or why do we have to act like there's a fight to be had in every instance? Like this I think it was a bakery out in Colorado a couple years ago. I keep mentioning the bake the cake thing. They went through that big
Hmm.
legal battle where a same-sex couple came in. They wanted a wedding cake made. The bakers denied their request. They refused to make a cake for a same-sex couple. And whether you believe that's right or wrong, it's still that right as the business to decline service to whoever the fuck they want. I'm not saying that it's right. I'm not saying that it's wrong, but like, you know, the same sex couple went a step ahead. Instead of just going to a different business and getting their fucking wedding cake, they like pursued a court case, which I believe they ultimately lost. Um, because again, it's a privately owned business. Like I think what a lot of people forget to kind of realize is that a lot of these legislations that are put into place, it protects you from the government discriminating you, not so much individuals or
Mm,
privately owned businesses. And obviously, there's things that do apply. I mean, obviously, you can't like discriminate. Like a landlord can't discriminate upon a tenant, based upon like the color of one's skin, or I want to say that even uh, like gay rights kind of go into like something like that now. But I don't know all the laws or legislation. I'm not even going to speak on it because I don't want to make any mistakes. But yeah, no, it's a really interesting concept. I've seen a lot of arguments on both sides as far as social media goes
right.
on the whole like Trump rolling the shit back. But then I also just saw something um, that seemed pretty positive that Trump just signed. He did. Oh wait, no, that had nothing to do with same-sex or transgendered rights.
Hmm.
Trump just signed an executive order today. It was either today or late yesterday, um, calling for an increase in standards to police training.
Oh,
So
that was good. Yeah.
that's a step in the right direction. I still believe that we should, overthrow the state and, you know, have no police. But, anyways, the the yeah, people versus the state. We can just, fight back. Yeah, no, I don't know. Fucking live your life.
Right.
Let straight people be straight people. Let gay people be gay people, and let trans people be trans people. And if you want to bat
Basically.
for every fucking team, go for it, dude. Who gives a shit? Go to a different baker. Fucking light the first baker's bakery on fire. No, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that at all. That's a terrible idea. That's arson. Um, and just because you're gay doesn't mean you'll get out of it.
Right.
But
I mean, if you give the
oh,
cop that arrests you a good blowjob, maybe, maybe.
yikes! Talking bribery now too. This is all sorts of felonies. So many felonies. Oh man.
Well,
Um, yeah.
just to
I,
kind of stay on the topic. Sort of my counter argument, if you will, even though it's probably not much of a solid one, just with the whole right to decline service thing. But like, if you provide a specific business, be it uh, surgery on people or baking cakes, it would it would make sense that if someone asks you as a cake baker to do a cake, that it's your business, it's your profession,
Mhm.
to doesn't seem to make sense to turn it down just because someone's gay. Seems very discriminatory, but as you
Oh,
pointed
no, I
out,
agree.
it's
Absolutely.
their right to
Absolutely.
decline service.
Absolutely.
If
I absolutely agree.
I mean, I get like, oh, if it was a Nazi cake, declining that, you don't see fucking people outraging in the street saying, oh, he's discriminating against Nazis. He won't specifically do Nazi cakes, but he'll do every other cake. So it's there like you said, there's arguments on both sides of the matter.
Oh, for
But
sure.
the point I'm
Yeah, I'm
getting
not
to
saying
is
that it's a
like
good business
as
model to decline any kind of service. Um,
yeah,
I mean, obviously, any sort of small business is going to want as much business as they can accrue. However, some people's fucking cult beliefs go deeper than,
hmm
$50 for a cake. I don't know. I would never turn a customer down because of any sort of belief, unless they were just being an asshole.
right.
And then I'm gonna tell you to fuck off and get out of here. But
That's sort of where my point sits is like as a hospital, as say like the state's top surgeon, it seems like it's your profession to do surgery on people. So,
it is, yet that doctor is also gonna get paid, X amount of dollars every year, whether he performs that surgery or not.
mm, that's probably where, not saying the core of the
And
issue is, but like
and
the
let me
fact that
let
he
me
gets paid
counter that with
anyway.
something even more. So if if you were a trans individual, and again, I hate to speak on behalf of any of them because I'm not one, but just hypothetically here, for a trans individual, say you went to a doctor, physician to undergo a sexual orientation change, um, and that doctor, was just so against it. He hated it. He didn't want any part of it. Would you even want that doctor to be doing that for you? You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
would you want to put that much trust in, uh, while you're so vulnerable there, like on, a freaking operation table, going through one of the most life-changing things, for you? Um, would you want a doctor that isn't 100% supporting you anyways? So maybe, just trying to find that silver lining, that light at the end of the tunnel kind of thing. Maybe it's better that it gives physicians the opportunity to say, no, I'm not doing this. So that somebody that is going through, a surgery that life altering that, they want to do, they're going to find that physician or that surgeon that, is actually supporting their decision to go through that.
Hmm.
And maybe the work would be better.
True.
I don't know. I'm just spitballing. Again,
I mean,
I'm
I can
not
see the
transgendered.
logic
I
behind your
can't
point.
speak on it, but maybe just trying to find the silver lining in uh you know physicians being able to kind of tell you, yeah, no, I'm not going to do that surgery. Just a thought.
I mean, there is logic to your point. Absolutely.
I try.
It's what we strive for and with this podcast is
We
logical
don't strive for
conclusions.
much.
No, but
We don't strive for much.
trying not to piss off everybody is something
Oh,
we
it's
try to shoot for.
tough. So tough.
It
Cuz
really
I
is.
could.
It's too easy to piss everyone off. Everyone gets mad at something. That's just a whole nother rabbit hole which we will delve into in another episode because we are over an hour. Many discussions about aliens and video games and streaming and hospital rights. Um, any last thoughts? I think he's gone again. Well, fuck. That.
I can hear you.
You can
Can
hear
you not
me?
hear me?
Okay. No, I couldn't hear
I
you at
said
all.
mermaids. What do you think
Mermaids!
about mermaids?
Holy
No, we'll
shit.
we'll we'll open with that one next week.
God
Thanks
damn.
for listening,
I think
everybody.
your internet's not going to be able to handle another minute of this. Holy
Dude,
shit.
I'm pissed. I'm about to call Comcast. I'm so upset. My shit has been messing up so much the last couple of days. Maybe the whole fucking grid got DDoSed. Maybe this is the end now. Coronavirus didn't do it. Lack of internet did.
Yep. Gonna have to go out and masturbate to a stick. Can't get your free porn anymore.
Good lord. What do you think? I'm some sort of animal?
Well, you are American.
My God. Wow. I still have standards, okay? I'd at least find a nice tree, not just a branch.
Well, okay, I'll give you that much. What's your preference? Birch, oak wood? Got any personal preference on that matter?
I don't know. I'm not answering that question.
And on that bombshell, this concludes another episode of Going Topicless. We don't know where we started, but we're definitely ending on tree pornography. Didn't know we'd get here, but here we are. If you enjoyed this episode, be sure to follow us on all our different social medias. Links are in the description. Follow our Twitches and our Twitters and our Instagrams. And we will see you for another episode of Going Topicless somewhere down the line, where we will discuss the perfect type of tree to masturbate to. Thank you for listening. Have a good night.